We're in the Cathedral of Granada. It's massive doors. Very, very nice big cathedral. Of course, they all are big now. It's not the biggest we've seen, but it's very pleasant in here.
It's beautiful. It's white.
Yeah, it's all white.
No, it's not marble. Like a soapstone.
Yeah, it's a kind of a white soapstone.
Carved arch.
Beautiful altar. Yeah, everything's carved nicely. The ceilings are carved.
And then you have this like, gold work all around.
Yeah, nice gold work.
And barrel vault.
You've got a good description of barrel vaults.
Embellishments. And these cornices. Marble floors. It's huge. Look at the carved doorways.
I know. These doorways are massive.
So regal.
Very regal. It's all carved wood.
Yeah, those were candles.
Wow, no, they're lighted candles. We don't do the lighted
She
ones.
used the electric candle.
That's
also.
too bad.
These side chapels. They don't really tell you too much about them. St. Michael.
This is St. Michael.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, they are. This is, looks like marble. Looks like it's all marble.
Look at the beautiful organ.
Confessional. Oh, the organ is, yeah, that organ's unbelievable. It's a very nice. They got a. It's a double organ. We've seen this a couple of times before. This is the front part of the organ, and then the other one is. Yeah, they said no videos or pictures, but everybody's taking them, so.
You figure we'll get our train home.
They got their €4 submission. They should at least allow people to take pictures. As long as there's no flash. Yeah, this is really something that's it's a white and gold. So you get a very nice feeling when you're in here. Like, oh, this is what heaven would be like. All white and gold. This feeling with this white and gold is really nice, isn't it? Here's the main altar. This is the incense holder where they swing it. I don't know. Must be impressive when they swing this incense. I love the smell of incense.
They swing them like,
I don't know how far they swing them.
they swing them.
Pretty far.
And I did it because I'm seeing and they actually,
But this is, I love this gold. This is all carved wood in here.
this is, it's a lamb.
Here's an altar.
All these churches have their own personality.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Every country, every city.
I wonder if that's a reliquarium. Somebody's relics in there or not? Another shot of the altar.
If you can see it.
Here's the manuscripts. Some of the old prayer books. Here's the view that the priest has. It's the altar down there. It's the altar. These manuscripts are very large.
They should be laid flat.
Yeah, really. And these men, they have some that you could get up close to. And it's a beautiful painting on vellum. And those are each book's about 3 foot high. Got a whole bunch of books. These are pretty detailed, incredibly detailed, hand painted. Yeah, if you're in a choir and you have one book and everybody can see it, that's probably why they're so big. Right.
They have quite a collection.
They have urns with oil in them. First one's the oil when you get your either catechism or I think, yeah, not catechism, confirmation. I think you have oil. And then oil for extreme unction. The middle one is, not sure, Santo Crisma, Christmas oil. The first one could be confirmation oil. When you get confirmed, I think they put some oil on you. Yeah, it's a nice chapel. And this tomb, somebody's buried here, 1632. Another burial. This one's really worn down. 1645. $1643. Yeah? Wow. Oh yeah, you can see the brush strokes. All hand painted. Yeah, it's kind of the gold has to be refurbished. Yeah. Oh, on the roof. Yeah, it is dusty.
I wonder if they notice that, if these were candles, they would all be lit.
It's true.
Candles,
Yeah, I think they're losing a lot of money, and that's when the candles in there. Because you usually go into a cathedral and you see all the candles are almost all lit, continuously changing. Here's the treasures. Wow, look at that. It's all embroidery. Here's the head of what? St. John the Baptist. Anatomically correct. Yeah, these robes are quite intricate. Oh, wow. The vestments. The priest's vestments. Oh yeah, these tapestries. All this is carved.
There's a ring, cross, a manifest.
Wow. Very nice. All gold too.
Take a picture of
I don't think so.
You'll be struck down.
I'll be struck. The big crowns.
Look at that, it's got diamonds and pearls.
Barbarians at the gate, this is what they're after. Treasures of the church. These vestments are You know, they're kind of dull, though, aren't they? They're not.
Shiny.
Yeah.
Quite old.
Yeah, they probably
The
are.
guys don't necessarily hold up. That looks like
So we're in a palace.
Estamos en la primera universidad de Granada, la Universidad Árabe.
And it's
En el siglo XIV.
a Muslim school now.
Algunas zonas de la Alhambra. Por eso la decoración es muy parecida. Sin embargo, aquí sí se conservan los colores. La Alhambra los ha perdido por causa más expuesta al sol, la lluvia y los visitantes. Y esta era la sala de retos, exploratorio. Destaca sobre todo este arco, se llama mihrab y sirve para marcar la dirección a la Meca. Okay, the building was the first public university in Spain, the Muslim university from Granada of 14th century, and was named at the same moment that Alhambra, so it's similar. However, in Alhambra, the color is raised because the rain, the sun, the wine, and here we can still see the original colors, okay? The room was the oratory, the prayer room, and highlights the arc called mihrab in direction to Mecca, to pray in direction to Mecca. Les voy a comentar. Estas ruinas no tienen nada que ver con la universidad, son de un periodo anterior, son del siglo XI y son las ruinas de la casa de vacaciones de un sultán. Si se acercan, ahí podrán ver el muro de la casa.
She said it was the first public university
Y
in
en esa
Spain.
esquina pueden ver el suelo.
And this was the
Ese era el suelo
14th century. First public university in Spain.
siglo XIV, todo esto se cubre con tierra. Country house, holiday house of a sultan, the Muslim king. Okay? We can see the wall of the house, and in that corner we can see the original street. It was the street level of 11th century. Okay? Then, in 14th century, a different dynasty called Nazaris, they covered the ruins and they made university on top of that. And the ruins were covered until 2009, when it was a restoration of the building and they discovered the ruins. Only 5 years ago, and it was a surprise, I didn't know about it. It's a problem to me. Sorry. Disculpen. El edificio fue Universidad Árabe.
It was covered by the Christians until the 19th century. Then they found it, uncovered it.
En el primer ayuntamiento de la ciudad. En ese momento taparon las paredes con paneles de madera para Europe 19th century.
This was used for the town hall in Granada for a while. So now it's a university of Granada. In the 16th century, they made it a town hall when the Christians took over.
since 16th century. And the most important here is the ceiling, 16th century too. The ceiling is special because it's a mix.
She said the ceiling took 12 years to build. Everything was fitted together with no nails. I don't know. I don't know if I quite believe her. But you could see where all this wood is fitted. I mean, it's like a dome, you know? It holds itself up. Perhaps.
All these figures,
Yeah.
they would not have any.
It was repainted by the Christians in the 16th century. Yeah. I mean, it was, so there's figures, and when you decorate in the Muslim way, you can't have any figures or flowers or any living things, according to the religion. What is it?
Mureha.
Moreha.
Arabic style.
It's the Arabic style. So up to the 19th century, it was town hall. Then now it's University of Granada. So the history of this whole region is the Moors invaded from, which are the Moors and Muslims are the same thing, invaded Spain, came up from the south, and they conquered pretty much all of Spain. However, later on in the 16th century, the Spanish retook Spain. So you get this mixture of the Moorish influence, the Muslim influence, when they ruled this part. And I think Granada was the last holdout, the castle itself, and it finally was surrounded and retaken by the Christians. Stopped in a cute Turkish restaurant for lunch. One of the city gates, the old wall. Cute streets. Going through the city gate. You're on your own, you get outside the walls. We're walking to another palace.
Opposite.
It's a nice walk through the woods, away from the crowds. Very pleasant.
Cool day.
A cool day. No bears in the area. None we know of.
Where's our house? Look at the mountains off in it.
Yeah, a lot of apartment buildings.
Where's our house?
There's the peaks are in the background.
Mountains.
There's mountains surrounding there, and there's snow.
And we have these flames up the way.
Yeah. Yeah, this is quite a valley here. Quite a valley. the house of a painter. Apparently rich, famous painter in Spain. He built this house. This salon.
And they have their furnishings, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
it does remind me of
Yeah, it does. And it's like a...
the same idea.
He wanted to invite his friends from all over Spain to visit him in Granada, and he made this like, it looks like a forum room, doesn't it, in a Greek forum, and to get together and discuss intellectual things, artists and writers. And performers, so he would invite them here and they would essentially party. There must have been more room and more furniture than this, I would imagine. It's a cool space. Yeah, it's the Greek. It's a Greek architecture. Obviously, is modeled it after a Greek or Roman type residence. But in the kind of almost Art Deco style of the 20s. Yeah, he had, there's his studio up there, and he had the view of the entire city.
And they had the stairway going up into this tower. But then he breaks up the space so much with these kind of columns and passages and walkways.
Yeah. Cloudy day today, but you could see on a sunny day this would be a spectacular view. Here's his gardens.
It almost looks like a ruined city.
Yeah, he's got the way he's got the columns set. Look, yeah.
It's like these passageways, these landings, and
It's strange. It's almost like it's like the remnants of a Greek or Roman, villa itself. It makes it look like ruins. Yeah, those mountains are something else. This is the entrance to that room we were just in. Looks like a Roman temple. So the story on this guy is he went to Paris and he met Picasso and he wanted to be avant-garde, so he had a crisis. He wanted to be avant-garde, but he didn't know how. So he was caught between the modern and the classical. So according to our guide, he had the house kind of
It's like
a mixture of
walk around
everything.
and feel inspiration.
Inspirational. Like he could have, some of this was a Moorish influence, like these windows with the lattice work. See, a lot of this is a Moorish influence. The windows with the lattice work, these arches with the lattice, and then you get the classical influence of the Italian and Greek. And he made this look like a Roman ruin. Very interesting.
All these little platforms and stopping spaces.
Yeah.
Sitting spaces.
He's just got this lattice work, and
Garden space.
it's like an Escher painting. He's got all this stuff combined together.
This is a beautiful garden.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Cut a passageway from the
Yeah, he's got a passageway through these hedges, and you got your, and then you got the, look at this cubic influence over here.
stairs. Everything is a little different everywhere you go.
Yeah, here's some stone steps. Columns. It's kind of a mixture, very Italian, and you get this cubic effect here. It's almost like the castle, the Alhambra castle influence. It took a long time to design a house with a lot of changes.
Because it's, it's like it doesn't really flow, but it's not really, when you learn more about it, it's not designed to flow, it's designed to be broken spaces.
Thought-provoking.
Move from one to the other and find yourself in a different state of mind.
Yeah, really.
It's not meant, it doesn't have a logic and balance. It all seems a little...
And look at this little balcony up there. Then he's got a modern tower with Roman or Greek pillars. These hedges, all these spaces to walk and think. Found this piece in a
found a special fontaine too.
This century depicting Bacchus.
yes, the original Roman piece. He found it in the garage
In Madrid.
in Madrid.
He thought it was Apollo.
He thought it was Apollo, huh? And the owner didn't know it. It was an original. It was made in the first century.
Like we saw in Florence and Naples, it was very popular that artists in the 15th, 16th century would reproduce works from antiquity. So it's very common that pieces would be recreations of actual Greek statues.
But this
This
is
is a real Greek statue.
this is real. It's an original.
It's a very long
And he
toes.
found it in the garage, and he bought it off
And
the
he
guy.
made this
And the,
as an Apollo to
oh yeah,
counterpoint with the Venus.
there's the Venus on the other through the
through the archway.
archway. You can't see it with the camera. Notice the archway is a Moorish influence too. Okay, we have to go. Right. He spent 15 years designing this house.
This would have been the old Jewish quarter through here.
Yeah.
And there we have the hills going out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the Jewish quarter,
Right
and
below.
the hills going up.
Reconozco de que aquí hay un simbolismo oculto, pero él lo destruyó, entonces no sabemos qué es lo que realmente quería representar. Uno de los grandes misterios es la... This spiritual place. This is a cryptoptic Roman structure.
Of Santa Maria di Fiori, the Florence Cathedral, and obviously he couldn't hold part of the cathedral.
Ah,
The original was made by Donatello, and he bought the same marble that the original was made from Italy, and he created perfect copy. He was working with a sculptor, Pablo Loizaga, and he made the copy all for him.
Wow.
And I left it.
Interesting. The Donatello relief from the cathedral in Florence.
aha,
Recreated here.
he recreated it. Donatello relief from Florence. Recreated. Intricate house. All these passages and rooms and gardens. He inherited all his money from his family. One of the richest in Granada. Although he did sell a lot of paintings. Most of his money was from an inheritance. He made these put these cypress in to look like Italian garden. That's part of the house. It looks like an Escher painting. All these different levels and the connectivity. Yeah, and it's got all these levels.
A medieval
Oh yeah.
sarcophagus.
A medieval sarcophagus. I mean, all this stuff is
Garden.
everywhere you look. There's a new level, a new door, a new room,
Japanese fountain.
a new garden. Yeah, this is Art Deco. This column. So now we're going into a crypt.
no se sabe si están conectadas con la ciudad o con la parte defensiva cercana a la Alhambra que tenemos aquí delante, que es lo de la Granada. Eso sí que se nos queda fuera, porque no tenemos estudio arqueológico para saber si están conectadas con la parte con la. Eso sí que se nos queda la imaginación. Pues si quieren ir un poquito poco avanzando, yo lo veré, no se preocupen que alinearles también.
Yeah, right.
Well,
This is like
the
a
underground
crypt?
galleries.
Ah.
And this is completely different because the painter didn't make it. The painter discovered that caves when he was making the main house.
So they discovered, yeah.
So he built in the arches and all, but the cave and the floor is
Yeah, he discovered the cage. I mean the cage, and he made it so he found these caves under the property, and then he put arches in them to make it look like the catacombs.
And then look in here.
Put this like Italian arch to make it look like the catacombs in Italy. This is like the caves we saw yesterday. Oh, look at this.
He said it was like
Yeah, he added this kind of a Roman.
theatrics, you know.
He added his Roman touches to give the cave a different kind of character. He's got columns here. He's got reliefs. Okay. This is exactly the type of. See this column here? I mean, this archway. And it's still going down.
And this is not the deepest point. Oh my god. That's another gallery.
What is this?
We are going onto the
Oh, wow.
the lowest garden. But here we are in the middle. And you can see
Look
this
at this.
beautiful gallery and also the stairs. That stairs are under the tower and it's the communication with the principal stairs that you can see in the hall. The article stairs are the same stairs.
Yes.
So he created his own communication for it. The library, the studio, pum, pum, pum.
Oh, I
Also
see.
here. And he created also different exits for the garden and his own door for going outside his property. In the small street around the Carmen, in the deepest point, he created.
Through these caves. From the tower all the way down to the lower levels and actual street. Holy mackerel, look at this. Oh. We're still going. He's got this little ante room in here. We're 4 stories down and still going. Still going. We just came up to the cave. He put a little touch there. A replica of a middle-aged crest. And now we're in the garden. Oh. This is another, what? What? Oh.
Muy cercana con el puerto pequeño que es lo árabe, muy cerca de los muros de la
Got orange trees.
Ese lo dije. This are the hill gardens. And here, the interest is different, the influence is different. He created Granadian species, like that one. Has to be a natural garden. Other kind of fruit, some ballerina. Typical.
All these cypress have really grown really tall. Wow.
Always this
Look,
classical space, Roman temple. This one.
that's called Roman Temple.
For Diana, the hum. To follow, like that one.
These cypress are all original cypress.
Yes.
They're very
the
tall.
You can see the difference between the original and the new.
Ah, no.
Because obviously some of them are ill and they die. Hawaiian, roses, the orange trees, and obviously the cypresses. It will take this way.
Oh, now we're another Roman garden.
There is a kind of avenue for Rocha. Yeah, the southern style. For going onto his matron, his partner house because he
It's
built that
amazing.
house for her, for living near.
Oh, this is his partner. She had a separate house.
Yes, well, it's difficult. He, for the history, he was living in downtown because he had his own house there.
Oh.
And he was only working here.
Oh,
But
okay.
he assured that he lived in that house with
Oh,
her.
with
as
her.
a
Okay.
partner. But the problem is, when he finished that, the Spanish Civil War started. And the family need to protect him because he wasn't agree with the new regiment, the Fastens regiment.
His girlfriend lived in that house, but the family didn't want anybody to know about it because at that time it was frowned upon. This original giant cypress. Look at this garden, a rose garden. Yet
Tenía todos los números. Entonces la familia decidió, era una familia macabra que se le asociaba a la muerte. Lo veía como el final de algo y el comienzo de otra cosa, sin ningún punto dramático. Entonces le hace un escenario muy bello, con un poco de melancolía quizá, pero nada más. Un escenario que es muy romántico, esa buena muerte de la que hablaban en el hermano. Y esa iba a ser el final de su jardín. Nosotros ahora seguiremos por ahí para ver el museo, pero también
well, that was quite a nice little find we had off the tourist trail. Really interesting. You never know what you're going to find when you just walk around.
Open to experience.
Right.